I want to bring in my panel now. Can I do it like this? I'm going to bring in my panel to talk about this, including CNN's Jamie Gangel, who actually has some news about how it's going to get a little more fun. What's up?
So one day only, entertainment correspondent, along
One day only,
with the wonderful CNN True Entertainment correspondent, Elizabeth Wagmeister. We can report exclusively. We now know who the megastar musical performers are going to be tonight. Get ready. John Legend will be in the house. He will be performing, and you'll understand why in a minute, a tribute to another legend, Prince from Minnesota, in the lead up to none other than the Minnesota Governor Tim Walz's speech. That is tonight. Tomorrow night, if that wasn't enough, another megastar, Pink, will be performing. This has been a kept secret. You know, there were a lot of rumors about Beyonce. She is extraordinary. She is known for her high energy. Those who know something about the performance say she will be bringing down the house tomorrow night in the lead up to Vice President Kamala Harris.
Pink likes to dangle from the ceiling. So
Yeah,
is that going to happen here?
You know, there are balloons there. You never know.
Very interesting. Okay, Scott, you said the GOP was the party of fun. What'd you think about last night?
Oh, the musical, damn it, the bastards figured something out. The musical roll call. I'm up here. They had Van up here next to me. He was like Gregory Hines up here going crazy. I put it on X. It was cool, right? The roll call is like, normally just kind of that we go through the thing and everybody makes their little weird speech about their state. But the music and then getting Little Jonathan came out. And, but it was neat. And here's the thing. I love political conventions. I think the people who come to these things are the backbone of our sort of party system and our democracy. So I appreciate what they're trying to do to make it fun. So hats off. Good idea, Democrats. You got one.
Something tells me, since Scott's dancing reference was Gregory Hines, you probably don't have a lot of Lil Jon on your playlist.
He loves Little Jonathan. And with us now, we have our two CNN senior political commentators, David Urban and Van Jones, who is also our chief modern dance contributor.
Brianna, listen,
it
took everything in my power to keep him seated
Roll that
while
video.
they were playing.
There it is.
Listen,
I'm gonna kill Scott Jennings.
listen, when they were just playing Prince, I was having to hold Van down in the chair when they were just playing Prince here.
I'm
People,
gonna kill
I tell you, Van's
Scott
a good dancer.
Jennings. I was minding my own business like 50,000 other Democrats. Happy.
No privacy.
Not minding
No
your own
privacy
business.
anymore.
That's sharing your business.
I was minding.
I love it.
Hey, listen. I got dad moves that would put the Huxtable
I'm
to
not
shame.
judging. I dance like Elaine from Seinfeld, so like no judgment at all.
Why am I? Who put this? Can we talk about Donald Trump or somebody?
Van, it looks great. Okay, hey, we'll move on.
Jesus.
It's another big musical night,
I know.
though.
I'm
Somebody's
going
going
to
to hold
kill
him down,
Scott
Velcro
Jennings.
him down.
We're going to see. I don't know. Let him be free.
Let Van be Van.
Okay, so big night for Tim Walz. What do you think he needs to do here to introduce himself as Republicans have really tried to define him?
Well, look, I think that he's done a good job so far. There have been some potholes, which I'm sure you'll jump on in terms of how he got his family started, some stuff on the military service. He's got to handle that. You can't have a third one of those where it seems like something's not exactly lining up. But the thing that people like about him is the thing that's hard to fake. It's the relatability. It's the authenticity. It's the way that he just seems like somebody's dad you grew up with, and he just needs to fill that in, and I think he's going to be fine.
What do you think?
Yeah, listen, I'm not even going to knock on those things that Van's talking about because that's all out in the public domain. What I think Walz needs to do is he needs to make this convention more relatable to people. Listen, this is a base convention, right? The Republican convention is a base convention. You're talking to your base. That's what you're out there for. But what Kamala Harris to do is expand her base, right? Go after the swing counties in Pennsylvania. I'm just always focused on Pennsylvania. So Erie County, Pennsylvania, white working class guys in Erie County, Pennsylvania. Tim Walz has to be like the Bass Pro guy. Scott and I were talking earlier. He has to be the Bass Pro guy showing up at the Bass Pro shop in Erie County, Pennsylvania, or in Harrisburg. He's got to make it more relatable to those kind of voters that want to connect but don't feel a connection at this point, right? They watched Barack Obama. They watched Kamala Harris. They see some other folks. They're like, well, that's not really relatable. That party's not my party. If Tim Walz could do that, it'll be a tougher race. And interestingly, Brianna, what I noticed over the past 2 nights with President Obama and Michelle Obama and former Secretary Clinton, they have this cautionary tale. They're giving a cautionary tale of, listen, guys,
Yeah.
I know you feel good here,
Yeah.
but we've been through this already. We've seen the football been moved. Donald Trump is going to be tough. And when we leave here, we're going to have to get tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that. But I do want to talk about this moment from Barack Obama last night, a moment that I'm not sure we all saw coming. Here it is.
There's the childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes.
See, and I'm shocked because after Donald Trump was so gracious yesterday, he said such nice things to Christian Holmes about Barack and Michelle Obama. He was so kind to them. And for Barack, that's just mean-spirited. Just mean-spirited. I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Yeah, look, I was surprised. I think there's a strategy here to see if you can keep Trump crazy, if you can keep him reacting.
Like trigger him, basically?
Trigger him, keep him reacting, keep him saying straight nutty stuff, because the Republicans desperately would like for Donald Trump to talk about something remotely relevant to the world besides himself. And so if you can keep him upset, maybe you keep him off balance.
I mean, imagine if he does it. If Donald Trump starts talking about issues, right? So we've had the best, that's 32 days probably, the best 32 days of any modern campaign in American political history. And Kamala Harris and this campaign are still tied and neck and behind in some states. So if Donald Trump gets back on message, Barack Obama, Secretary Clinton, all those warnings about be careful, he's a tough guy, tough campaigner, going to hold true.
Yeah, he might be his own worst enemy, and it seems like they are trying to keep him in that role. I do want to play a moment from Michelle Obama, which was one of her big ones last night. Here it is.
For years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of 2 hard-working, highly educated, successful people who happen to be black. Who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs?
You know, look, I think that she had something to get off her chest.
Oh, for sure. She came to play.
Yeah, and I think that it has been troubling to watch this kind of, it feels like a double standard. Like Donald Trump seems like he can get away with anything and be forgiven, and they were held to such a ridiculously high standard that it was a scandal when he wore a tan suit. And I think when you carry that, I think she has some stuff to get off her chest. And she was speaking for, not just for herself. I think there's a lot of people who feel like this so-called DEI backlash or whatever is really just code for stay in your place. Or if you got there, you didn't earn it. And given how hard people are working to get places in the black community, the brown community, and other communities, she's speaking for a lot of people.
But Trump is winning over some black men,
Yes, she is.
Latino men, and
Listen.
that is a real problem for Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris has got a big problem, right? I watched a Benny Johnson video out here in the south side of Chicago, walking around a strip mall with a microphone saying, who you vote for, going after African-American men. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. This is Barack Obama's hometown. Donald Trump in the city of Philadelphia. Donald Trump has a great deal of support from African-American men. You know, one of the things that I note is lacking from a lot of this programming as well, a lot of outreach to the Hispanic community. I mean, you know, I don't see a lot of Hispanics on the stage, right? And so they got a lot of work to do. There's going to be a lot of work to do in the Hispanic community. You know, people, the folks who are in the middle class feel the pinch on the economy, on immigration in their communities.
Yep.
It's going to be a real race. Look,
He's
nobody thinks it's going to be easy.
No.
It's going to be down to a few votes in all these states and all these counties, and that's why it's important.
She's got work to do clawing back some of these young black men who want to hear that I want you to be successful economically, to be a business owner, to be an entrepreneur. It can't all be government programs. That's not landing well with these young black men. When they hear opportunity, do you mean charity? They want to be owners. They want to be builders. If she speaks to them in that way and listens to them on that point, she can get them back. But right now, she's got work to do.
And Trump still has the aura of strong businessman, businessman. I build things. I'm a tough guy, right? People like that.
Van and David, thank you so much, especially for the moves. We appreciate it.
I had known you were
The
doing that.
gift that keeps on giving.